With old maps we travel miles on down the road, bring us to places where history calls home. Take us back in time, to lands we never knew. Wonder how life had been for someone like you. Tales that are told by the people that we meet, stories of the past, some bittersweet, never knowing what you'll find, or even if you will, never knowing what the earth is willing to reveal.
Episode, we're venturing out to the middle of a farm field that used to have an old homestead that's been gone for a long time. The homeowner never really knew it was a house out here, thought it was an outbuilding because he did see some remnants of some pottery and some brick. And showing him the old map made him aware that it used to be a homestead. So it'll be interesting to show him some of the things that we find out here. And the conditions are nice, it's plowed, so it's going to be easy to swing. And it's not too muddy, but yeah, let's see what we can come up with. What are you thinking, Ted?
I'm thinking it's a nice day, and first time we get to do a farm field this year, so things are good. So looking forward to it for sure.
And we have a visitor with us today.
Our new pal.
Yeah.
We haven't named him yet.
He has a name, but I've forgotten it for the moment. I'm sure I'll know the name by the time we keep coming, as we keep coming back. So this is our first contact at this new site, and I've dug a couple targets since I've been here already. There've been a couple pieces of little pieces of iron. I got one little piece of a copper or something. I'm not sure what it is, but this signal was a pretty good one. It was up in the 80s. I was thinking it was such was so high. I'm using the macro eraser today, so yeah, I'll let you listen to what it sounded like on this thing anyway, and give you the reading. Hitting up almost 90, 86, 87, almost 90s. So I can already see that it's a silver quarter. Let's get it out. Well, it's a pretty worn quarter, that's for sure. Yep, it's definitely a worn quarter. I'm gonna get my gloves off for this. Yep. Whoop. Kind of dropped it there. It's definitely, well, it's an older one too, because I can't see the back. It looks like a Vicky. See if I can see. Oh, I had my eyepiece on me. I took it off. It's in the truck as usual, but it's looking like, I think it's an 1872 Vicky quarter. Yeah. Oh boy, and I nicked it. Look right there. See a little bit of a nick mark on it? That's because I was assuming it was aluminum. I should never, ever, ever assume it's something and, you know, go mad at it with a shovel. And of course, I didn't get that on camera, but lo and behold, that's a nice one. I like it. All right there, Ted. What do you got?
I have a little button. nothing fancy about it.
Can you see anything on it?
Yeah.
Oh, so there's detail on it.
Well, there's writing on the back. What does it say? Excels for... Yeah, you can't read it.
Okay, that's just what it says on the back of the button though, right?
No, there's no real design, but it's raised.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
so which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'll come and check that out.
Yeah, it's good shape. Didn't nick it or anything.
Cool.
I don't know if it's that old, but I think there's something else in there too.
Oh, okay. I know what he means by raised. What he has here is an underwear button. It's similar to the one I got when I first got here. I'll show it to you in the close-up though. I got an underwear button very similar, but a little bit bigger than this one. So there you go.
I don't know what went on here. All these underwear buttons all over the place.
Yeah, they're having
a bordello or something.
That, or they're having one of those sleepover parties with the farmers, right? But another underwear button.
My daughter.
No. So cool. So far, you know, a couple good finds. Yeah. It's a start. It's very quiet. The ground is so quiet that normally in a situation like this where we're talking about a home site, normally we're dealing with a bunch of iron. But in this circumstance here, I haven't heard there is iron, but not a lot.
Much. No, there's a bit over there. I don't know if they plowed everything that way, but yeah, it's interesting. I think I got another signal in there too. So.
Okay, lo and behold, if there's something interesting, I'll put the camera back on for that. But cool, at least you got a button.
Yeah, that's something,
right?
eh?
It's a target.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Nice job.
Thanks.
Okay, so I got a target here. This one's reading 4950, and it's at. I'll let you listen to it. Hold on. I'll turn the volume right up. Can you hear that? It's a lower tone. Very solid though. It's reading at about 4 inches when I put the coil right to the ground. So let's get this one dug up and see what this one is. I'm being very careful here to make sure I do a plug because we're hunting in winter wheat. So it is a plowed field. We have permission to detect here. So what we'll do in this instance is we'll flip the plug over, keep all the winter wheat still attached, and then we put it back down and the winter wheat would survive. The ground's very moist right now, so there's no chance of it dying. I mean, we're causing such low impact anyways. I mean, we're stepping on some of it, but right now this winter wheat is a bit dormant, so it's probably not going to harm it much, and as far as what the farmers are telling us. So we're okay with digging the winter wheat when it's in this stage. I'm almost treating it like a park, trying to dig a plug. There we go. Well, it's probably a little shallower in the plug itself. I'll take off a bit. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I'm getting something, so it's something pretty small. Something very small. Okay, finally there it is. Let's see what this is. Nope, not in that clump. Oh boy. Alright, whatever this is really small. It's not reading. Oh. Nothing bugs me more than when I can't find a target like this. It's very difficult when they're tiny, especially in the mud. Alright, still in this clump. See, it's so small that even the pinpointer's not picking it up every time. Helps if you turn it on again. It's like a mud patty. Well, this one I'm gonna have to do the old-fashioned way, which is not use the pinpointer. Just break it up I wave it in front of the coil. And nothing happens. Ooh, boy. Oh, now it does. Huh, so it's in this one. Still in this one. Still in this one. Whatever this is, it's real tiny. Alright. Very tiny in this little clump of dirt. Can you believe this? It's right in this. That's crazy. Just in that little clump of dirt. Okay, I finally feel it. Wow. This is so exciting that I can't wait to show you what this is. This is a situation where, like you said, we're not getting a lot of signals here, right? But when you do get a signal, you're going to dig them no matter what they are, because you're not getting a lot of these. This is my first one. This is such a tiny piece. It's such a tiny piece of lead. Like, listen to it. You can hear it on the detector, but you can't, you know, look, the pinpointer doesn't really pick it up much. Like, look. Barely. I gotta be so close to it because it's so tiny. Huh. But there you go, a little piece of lead. It could have been a bullet, but oh well. Womp womp womp. Alright, so this is our first target at the location that we're at. Anyways, my second target is a silver. It really comes walking over to me as I just dug up that 1919, and ground's a little bit frozen here, but look at this little frozen cupcake. The condition of this coin is pretty amazing. It's almost but Civil War era, prior to the Civil War, and then up to about. Okay, this is another target I just dug up. All right, Joe, what'd you get?
Something that's kind of sweet. It's a British coin.